I have zero problem paying market value because I know I'm gonna make a ton of money. I'm gonna win on it every single time. Hey, this is Matt Pichet, the Fruitful Investor and your investing coach. And today's video is if multifamily properties are going to be a better investment choice than single-family properties here in Kitchener-Waterloo and Cambridge now that we're heading into 2017. Now, before I get into those 3 reasons why multifamily properties might be a better investment choice, I will say that the whole reason why I'm making this video is because first-time buyers are ruining the single-family market. That is just the reality, and it's not surprising to a lot of people. Money is too easy and too cheap right now that almost anybody can qualify for a mortgage, right? Anybody with a decent job and a credit rating can probably buy a house, especially here in Kitchener, where the prices are pretty reasonable. So the Bank of Canada on October 30th changed the mortgage rules to try and slow this, these bidding wars down and the fear of overpricing homes. So the Bank of Canada is really smart that way, as opposed to America, where they really want to protect our economy and our real estate economy. So they made the changes to put first-time buyers through this stress test. Now, if you don't know about the stress test and the new mortgage rules, you can go on my YouTube channel and figure out more about that. But basically, they're making it harder for first-time buyers to get in. Problem is, it hasn't really kicked in yet, and that's because whenever government or the Bank of Canada makes changes to the mortgage rules, typically it takes about 4 to 6 months at least before it's felt in the real estate market. Now, they just changed it like last month, so we're not really seeing a whole lot of permanent changes yet, but that will change. So the reason we haven't seen changes yet is because people who are looking to buy a property before the mortgage rules changed are still gung-ho on trying to buy that house, right? They already had it set in their mind that they really want to buy a house. So we're not really gonna see the changes or the effects of those changes in a couple of months when the new wave of buyers come in and they realize, wow, I gotta jump through all these hoops and I can barely get a decent mortgage for a decent enough price property. I'm probably just gonna stay renting or stay at mom and dad's while I save more money. And that's good. That's what we want. That's what we investors want. There's too many people bidding on single family properties. Now, I will say it's not impossible to still invest in single family properties here in Kitchener-Waterloo and Cambridge. In fact, I'm finding great deals for my clients every single day of the week. They're still abundant out there. The problem is you're probably just going to be competing with other emotional buyers. So you're likely going to have to pay market value, which I've always said on my channel is not the worst thing in the world. I personally almost always pay fair market value for my properties. And that's because if I can get a great property in a great area, it's just gonna be boring, simple, and make me money, I have zero problem paying market value because I know I'm gonna make a ton of money, I'm gonna win on it every single time. So if you have that mentality, if you still wanna buy single family properties, you're still gonna do great. Believe me, I can still find you deals almost every single day of the week. That being said, if you want a little more of a deal or if you want your money to kind of go a little farther along for you, then maybe you might want to switch to multifamily, and I'll get into those reasons now. Number one, there's way less competition in the multifamily sphere than there is in the single family. Now, obviously, the number one reason why is because you're only competing with other investors, right? Especially once we get into the triplex, four-plex, and above, first-time buyers aren't buying those types of properties. So you're only dealing with other investors. And what do we know about most real estate investors? They're not sophisticated. They're just average. So it's pretty easy to beat them out and spot deals before they do. Because, let's face it, there's not many realtors in KW that specialize with real estate investors like I do. So they're not really finding the gems or sending deals to their clients. So there's way less competition in this space. Number two, reason why, you get more cash flow. Now that's pretty obvious. We know that multifamily properties normally produce much more cash flow than single family properties, so I don't have to twist your arm that much to tell you that maybe you should focus on multifamily, but that's a great benefit. And number three reason why is that you can still get deals. So like the single family area, you're not really gonna get a smoking deal on a single family property. You're still gonna be able to buy awesome income producing properties for for sure, and have an easy, boring business, 100%. But you're not really gonna be able to find smoking deals on single family properties right now in Kitchener, and maybe not even until, you know, next summer. I would really expect these rules to start slowing down the market by next summer. So that's quite a ways away. So this is some great reasons why you can still get some great deals in the multifamily space, because there's so much less competition, and you can actually have a moment to think about your deal. You don't really have to go in firm on a firm offer. You can even put in financing condition. You can put in a home inspection condition. Like, you can still put in conditions and think about it. And the reason is because there's no competition and other people bidding on these multifamily properties. So the sellers are going to have to take your offers seriously. So you can have time for you and your realtor to look at comparable properties and try and get a good deal on the property. So those are some great reasons why you might want to focus on multifamily coming into 2017 instead of single family. But I will say both are great strategies. But the number one thing I will say is that people who specialize in single family properties like myself are just gonna say, no, I just wanna buy single family properties, and if I can't get a great deal, I'm just gonna sit it out. I'm gonna sit it out. And we don't know how long this could last. This could last even a year or more. And you could lose a lot of great opportunities to make money. So it's not the worst thing to be that specialized, but remember, if you wanna be a great entrepreneur in any business sphere, you're gonna have to learn to be flexible, okay? You can't be too rigid if you wanna be successful. Why? The world changes quickly all the time. Mortgage rules are always changing, as we know, which will affect the market. So you don't have to not invest in real estate completely and just rule it out, but you have to be flexible and change with the market, okay? When things change, you change, your strategy changes, okay? That's just one great tip that I will say that a lot of average investors don't do. They're just too rigid and they're going, nope, I'm just gonna buy this and that's it. I get it, I understand, but that's not really the best, maybe not the best financial decision for your business, okay? And again, it's not really a bad idea to diversify and own multifamily and single family. Why? Because they both have their perks and their pros in different markets. So single family does really good in boom markets, like right now. Obviously, if you own a single family property, you're in luck if you want to sell, right? It's super easy to sell single family property during the boom phase. During the slump phase, not so easy, right? You're gonna lose some money potentially. With multifamily, it's the exact opposite, okay? It doesn't do super well in boom markets. Well, I wouldn't say super well, it definitely does well. Multifamily does well all the time. It's just one of those investment assets that does well in all cycles of real estate, but it does exceptionally well in the slump phase, which, what comes after the boom phase, which is what we're seeing right now? You guessed it, the slump phase. It always comes after the boom phase. And multifamily properties do exceptionally well in the slump phase. Why? There'd be more renters because they're making less income, so they can't find a job, so there's more renters. And on top of that, the rent payment levels are much lower, right? Multifamily properties are much lower rents, so you can attract more tenants in a sense. So it's a much safer asset during a slump and correction phase of the real estate market. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. That's probably for another video, but those are the 3 reasons why you might want to switch up your strategy for 2017, because you will be rewarded. That I will promise you. That's the tip. If you learned anything in this video, please click like or comment right below this video. It goes a long way to helping my channel get more views and grow so I can get more awesome subscribers like you. All right, see you in the next video.
Put your money in that real estate.
Hey, before you click another video, I want to give you some free stuff. You like free stuff, right? Click on the first link below this video and get my book, Single Family Investing Made Simple, absolutely free. Read as I walk a real-life client through the entire investing process from start to finish and document it for you. Click on the second link and get my other book, The Real Estate Investor's Handbook to Freedom. This book is a must-have for any investor looking to take their business and life to the next level. And last but not least, get my third and best book, 101 Single Family Investing Tips. Inside, you'll find 101 proven and tested investment strategies that I use every single day in my business in order to grow my wealth and manage my portfolio. I hope you take advantage of all the knowledge below, and don't forget to click like and subscribe so we can get more of these awesome tips. See you in the next video.